Once upon a time in the land of Israel there lived a woman who couldn't have children. This made her very sad. One day, an angel appeared to her. The angel told her she would have a baby boy. This child would be special. He would be a Nazirite. A Nazirite was a servant of God. Nazirites had to follow special rules. They couldn't cut their hair. This showed they were dedicated to God. The angel said the boy would grow up to be very strong. He would save the Israelites from their enemies, the Philistines. The woman and her husband were overjoyed. They named their son Samson. Samson grew up strong and healthy, just as the angel had promised. His hair grew long and thick, a symbol of his dedication to God and the source of his incredible strength. Samson's strength was remarkable. He once tore a lion apart with his bare hands when it attacked him. Another time he defeated an entire army using only the jawbone of a donkey. These feats of strength terrified the Philistines who ruled over the Israelites. Samson fell in love with a Philistine woman. This angered the Israelites who believed he shouldn't mingle with their enemies. At their wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle to the Philistine guests. If they couldn't solve it, they owed him 30 garments. The riddle was tricky and the Philistines couldn't figure it out. They threatened Samson's wife, forcing her to get the answer from him. Samson's weakness was his love for women. The Philistines knew this and used it against him. They found a beautiful woman named Delilah. The Philistine rulers offered Delilah a fortune if she could discover the secret of Samson's strength. Delilah pretended to love Samson. She begged him to tell her what made him so strong. Samson, blinded by love, refused at first. He knew the importance of his Nazirite vow. However, Delilah was persistent. She wore down his resistance with her constant pleas. Finally, Samson gave in. He confessed that his strength came from his uncut hair. This was a grave mistake. Delilah betrayed him, revealing his secret to the Philistines. While Samson slept, Delilah cut off his hair. When he woke, he felt weak for the first time in his life. The Philistines captured him easily. They blinded him and forced him to work as a slave, grinding grain in a prison. But Samson's hair began to grow back. He prayed for forgiveness and strength. One day, the Philistines held a great festival in their temple. They brought Samson out to mock him. As he stood in the temple, Samson pushed against the two main pillars that held up the roof. With all his might, he brought the entire temple crashing down upon himself and the Philistines. Samson died that day, but he also destroyed his enemies. He had learned from his mistakes and redeemed himself through a final act of sacrifice.